Tracey Ireland, the Queen of Torquay Town Centre Hearts, is over the moon. Viewing figures for her show, Downtown Torquay, are skyrocketing. Some episodes have even gone viral. Tracey released a catch-up video to welcome all her new fans. All episodes of the show are now available for download on her YouTube channel, called Downtown Torquay. Let's watch, as our Tracey takes a call from her dearest and really clever friend, Professor Daine of Abbey Road.
I'm so pleased that you've rung me, darling. I'm going crazy stuck here. I've not left this bunker, in the foothills of Melville Hill, for over 4 weeks. I couldn't go to the Melville Hill Fun Day last Saturday. I must have a bottle of red. I'm sure I could pop down Melville Street, go to Carter's, get the wine, and be back here in just a few minutes.
Tracey, believe me, I know how frustrating it is to be in hiding, and how disappointed you are to have missed going to the Melville Hill Spring Fair. You love being around people, and they love being around you. Had you gone alongside people tied to Torbay Council in some way, you would have been captured, forced into one of the yellow orders, bright colour vans, and put in the town hall dungeons, facing torture night and day, on the medieval rack, amid dripping water and sewer rats.
You'd think Torbay Council would support my campaign to deliver justice to town centre residents, not seek to silence me, and the voice of suffering residents, forced to live in the most awful conditions. We should both share the value of wanting to help people. I believe the council prefers to ignore poverty, broken windows, rubbish, drug dens and antisocial behaviour in the town centre, than do the right thing and use the law properly, standing up to the rogue landlords and slum housing.
The Liberal Democrats' promise to license private landlords 3 years ago now seems a ploy to win them votes at the last election. To suggest they were justified to break their promise when they formed a coalition with the independents suggests independents are opposed to better housing and safer communities. That's not true. The council did opt to apply for management orders to take control of the worst properties. I don't consider that these are robust enough in a place like Torbay.
You have such an amazing head, Professor.
I am concerned by your decision to pop down to Carter's for some wine. The Yellow Order is seeking out and taking captive anyone they believe to be a critic or dissenter of liberal democracy in Torbay. You, Tracey, are right at the top of their list. This is why it is so important that you remain in hiding. If the Yellow Order did get you, the Liberal Democrats would think Christmas had come early. You would be grabbed, tied up, and thrown into the back of a yellow van by a gang of big men.
Heavens above, from where I stand here, that sounds pretty appealing. However, my most sensible and darling Professor, just as we must now learn to live with COVID, I must learn to live with the risk of capture by the Yellow Order. There are risks everywhere. If we don't take the occasional risk, life isn't worth living. I shall pop down to Carter's and get my favorite bottle of red. But don't worry, Professor, I can handle myself. When it comes to big men, I've known lots in my short life.
Tracey, I am very worried that you don't understand just how dangerous it is to take on the ancient town hall firm. The Liberal Democrats might appear like fluffy pussycats compared with Tories like Mrs. Bay and Miss Pretty Coffee. I am reliably informed that if you upset a Liberal Democrat, they hiss and display teeth and claws. They character assassinate their enemies in public and destroy anyone who might lose them votes. There is one thing they care about, and that is getting votes.
I am really enjoying our chat, darling, and I know your concerns come from a good place, but I am dry and in need. I will slip down to Carter's for my bottle of red right now. After all, I deserve it, after everything that's been going on around here of late. In fact, I'll be back in this bunker in no time, safe and sound. If I do observe a yellow van patrolling these streets, I know what to do. I will go inside one of many back passages found around here, hide, and wait until it's gone past.
I know that I can't persuade you not to leave the safety of your bunker, Tracey. But please remember this, there are even more yellow Liberal Democratic vans out on the roads nowadays than there are the number of people who have been conscripted into town hall service as traffic enforcement officers.
Oh, it's so lovely to come down to Carter's again and see all my lovely friends. They are the salt of the earth. I feel as safe as houses, being out and about, so sign of the nasty yellow order in their bright yellow vehicles. I'll be making my way back to the bunker shortly. Then, I shall spend this evening in the good company of this gorgeous bottle of Carter's Best Red, once I've cracked it open, of course. Hello boys, how are we all doing today?
Ward Councillor, Mrs. Precious Love, thank you so much for agreeing to have an audience with me. I bring the most wonderful news into the ivory tower.
I have just had this golden velvet drape, custom made and fitted to my south-facing window, here in the ivory tower. Doesn't it frame the view of my constituency so well? It will get hundreds of likes on my Facebook page. I got likes for my picture of a most beautiful yellow dandelion flower that was growing through a crack in the pavement along Melville Street. I saw it while I was on a photo shoot opportunity at the Fun Day. Now, I will hear what you have to say, so long as it's positive.
Tracey Ireland has been captured and brought to the town hall. She's now firmly behind bars, where she belongs. She was hunted down by the Yellow Order, who spotted her standing in front of Carter's, clutching a bottle of red wine.
Excellent, that has put me in a very generous mood. I think I shall spend some of our council taxpayers' money to celebrate.
Are you going to set up landlord licensing and tackle poverty with the money you want to spend?
Manhita, you were totally immersed into liberal democracy, yet you still return to negativity that Tracey Ireland poisoned your mind with. You must go and cleanse yourself in our precious bathing pool of golden water. I fancy the bus station in Lymington Road looks a tad shabby from my window. I know, I will spend some money on it. I shall put up some pretty lights on Fleet Walk shopping mall too. Now, Tracey Ireland has been taken captive, the poor can eat cake.
Before you get too carried away, Mrs. Love, I am the bearer of bad news. The town hall guards discovered about 1 hour ago that the door of Miss Tracey Ireland's prison cell was flung wide open. Miss Ireland is nowhere to be seen. I suggest that this matter occurred because your new and incompetent Yellow Order officers forgot to lock her in. You should be ashamed. This gross incompetence are getting paid for by the council taxpayers in Thatcher Avenue.